Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Straight cash, homie.
Hold on to your butts.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Basement Monsters Game Day podcast on SportsZone Chicago. That was a crazy, couple of instances right there. Mitch, what the fuck, dude? Stop! Like you're like scrambling. That's cool. Why didn't you just run? Why didn't you just eat some yards instead of scrambling around and trying to make a fucking play that we know you can't make? You can't make that play, Mitch. You threw up a duck, on top of that. Like, what the hell were you thinking? Did you think that the professional athletes weren't going to cover that ground? Did you think your arm was going to get there? Do you have the arm of Zeus? Like, what did you think? Just a terrible decision. Then you have you got an interception here that Roquan wanted to give back. I think we're in an okay position, but this game should be well in hand. I feel like the Bears made a mistake not scoring early. Right now, they're going to go ahead and get a timeout. They got to about the 20 with 5 seconds left past the Cole Kmet. They're going to call a timeout, try to kick a field goal with Cairo Santos. But you know what? Screw this field goal shit, man. Like, look, you know we've been talking about it. Like, I'm done trading field goals for touchdowns, bro. I'm done with this. This is part of the reason this offense has struggled for the past 2.5 years, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been embarrassing when you see shit like that. And Mitch needs to understand, as good as you've been playing, why are you trying to throw it up in the end? You have points in hand. When you have points in hand, pretty much like you could go ahead and coast. Why aren't you running the ball more? Why am I seeing Mitch Trubisky dropping back in the pocket, Luke? Why? I've seen that way too many times this half.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different things he could have done. He could have thrown it out of the back of the end zone, could have thrown it to the sideline out of bounds. He could have ran. He could have done a lot of different things there. But, in the heat of the moment, Mitch does his best work, Yeah. But no.
He's already at 20 attempts, Luke.
Right, yeah. It's
already at 20 attempts. Why?
It's too much. It's
Why?
too much.
This doesn't look like the offense that was being run the past few weeks. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, look what Jacksonville's do. Jacksonville's basically just saying, okay, Glennon, you're going to throw one here or there, but for the most part, throw it to your running back. Throw it to the running back. That's all they're doing, really. They're just like going left and right, and then they take a little bit of a deep shot. That I'm sorry, but that grab by Chark was a nice grab there in the end zone there. Get both your feet down inbounds. That was a beautiful, beautiful catch. But yeah, it's the other thing that I see is this what's going on with this Bears play calling? Did Matt Nagy take the reins back all of a sudden, and now we're going to start doing some sideline to sideline stuff again, or what's going on?
That's what I'm getting at, Luke. Like, this doesn't look like the same type of it. It looks all right. Like it looks okay. You're moving the ball on a bad team, but the play calling, the ways to why are you running a reverse with Cole Kmet?
Right.
Why? You have David Montgomery. Did we not learn our lesson? Did we not? Did we not understand? Feed David Montgomery no matter what. Did we not find our identity? Did we lose it on the way to Jacksonville? What the fuck is going on with these play calls?
Yeah, that's to me the most questionable thing right there. I know Moody's had a couple catches there. That some of them were out of bounds, but I mean he caught them. It's just they need to find a way to get him in the field. Like I said, I still don't understand why. Like, I think Miller today would be your. I mean, to me, Miller's a run straight down the field. Like, don't have him try to run no fancy route. Don't have him try to break it off. Just send him right down the seam, and that's where he thrives. That's where he catches. That's what he does. So I mean, I feel like they need to put him in, or if he's in, throw it to him.
Look, I understand attacking with Miller. I understand attacking with your receivers, but you have to use the run game. You have to throw off of your run game. And right now, I just feel like your run game isn't there. David Montgomery has 8 carries, 36 yards. Why does he have only 8?
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't it 15 right now?
Yeah, I was gonna say he should at least have at least 7 more.
Why does he have 15 right now? We're giving Mitch Trubisky 7 more passing attempts to end up throwing a fucking pick, and we're not giving the guy that had 32 carries for over 100 yards, and that's been just dominating for us for the past few weeks. We just don't want to do that. We don't want to go back to that guy. Are you that afraid of the Jacksonville Jaguars run defense? It's like, spare me with any type of Matt Nagy needs to stay if they make I feel like, look, if they can fire fucking Lovey, they can fire Matt Nagy too. And Lovey got us to a damn Super Bowl. So I don't believe that this team at this point, watching some of this shit, can believe that with this head coach, I totally believe Matt Nagy was in charge of that first half offensive play calling. My heart of hearts, I believe that he was there. It's him. It's him. He was in control of that first half. If it doesn't switch, I think the Jaguars might upset us. Freaking chicken neck. Mike Glennon might come back and upset us. This is upsetting.
Yeah, that run game needs to get going. I mean, you got to give props to Jacksonville, though. I mean, their defense looks like they're doing pretty, decent up on the front of the line there. They're doing enough. They're doing enough, and they're forcing Mitch into some bad things. So I mean, it's on both sides of the ball. I mean, it's play calling probably. It's running. It's Mitch throwing balls that are uncatchable.
I think a
bunch of different things.
Look, I think Mitch, besides that stupid ass interception in the end zone, you can't. You can't.
No, you got to throw that away.
Can't. Besides that, I think he's been all right. I think Allen Robinson should have had that touchdown. It was in a perfect spot. You can't you got to find a way to come down with that catch. I'm sorry. It was too good to not be a reception for a touchdown. Maybe 1 or 2 that have been but other than that interception, it's been okay. The passing decisions. The play. Why does he have more times to make the decision? Well, do we not learn our lesson? Mitch in a limited situation. Mitch in a limited role is okay. We've seen that. Mm-hmm. Why does he have 20 attempts in the first half? David Montgomery should have 15, 20 attempts, rushing attempts in the first half. This seems to me like Matt Nagy was like, you know what? Hey, want to roll? Let me see that. Let me get that clipboard again, Bill. Bill, come here. Give me the clipboard. I'm running the show again. We're good. I told you so. I told you so. It's still my plate. I just feel like he's some way, somehow involved with the play calling today. It's been a pissy first half. I'll say that.
Yeah, no, it hasn't looked good. Like I said, he still got a second half. I mean, do you guys get to 30 today? I doubt it. But it's possible. I mean, just make a few adjustments. It could happen. Is it also maybe a pressure thing with Mitch? Like, you have to win these next 2 games. You have to, and maybe that. Who knows? Maybe that's why he's trying to force things, because he's trying to live up to that expectation. And I don't think he's doing it on purpose. Like, I think he wants to win, but I just think the pressure. But you're right. It's throw the ball out of the back of the end zone or take off running and get down. Those are your 2 options at that point.
What's been taking the pressure off of Mitch?
The David Montgomery.
Then why the fuck aren't you running David Montgomery? See, no,
I get it.
What tells me about this team, and anybody who thinks Matt Nagy deserves to be back. Like, I don't care what happens with this team, right? Unless they win the freaking Super Bowl. Unless they win the Super Bowl, Matt Nagy needs to be fired, because this shit, after the shit you've seen in the past few weeks, this shouldn't be happening. No. This shouldn't be happening. 8 attempts for their best player in the past few weeks on offense. I mean, I know you could argue Allen Robinson, but the guy that's making this shit work, the straw that's stirring the drink, is David Montgomery, and you only give him 8 attempts. You should be fired.
No, I think. Well, let's just say it this way: if you guys do lose this one, you have to beat Green Bay, and then you also have to hope that the Cardinals lose. So it's a slippery slope. I mean, you'd like to win both. I mean, I'll be honest, because that's going to carry you over into the playoffs. You're going to ride that momentum. But
you have to. It's a must.
But if let's say Jacksonville gets another score, like, you got to, Montgomery's going to wait. He's going to fall off, because they're going to have to keep playing. They're going to have to go touchdown. Cairo isn't going to pull this out for you.
I mean, I think Cairo might have to, because the way they started this shit, the way that their game plan is drawn up so far has been Matt Nagy prior to the break, right? Prior to the actually Matt Nagy during the entire first half. It's been exactly that. Where's David Montgomery? Where is he? Why isn't he catching passes out of the backfield? Why aren't you scheming for him? Because then Mitch looks better. Yeah. David Montgomery is your best freaking option, and you're deciding not to use him as much. It doesn't make sense, bro. It doesn't make sense. This is Nagy ball. We're back to fucking Nagy ball again. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing it. Even with a shit team that had run off 13 straight losses. With that shit team, they're keeping up with you. It looks like the first half of the season for the Chicago Bears. It really does. Why haven't you realized you have a horse back there? You have a horse back there, a true go-getter at running back. Why don't you want to be that? Why is it be you to death? Be you to death. That's what it is. Be you until the wheels fall off, Matt Nagy. God,
that's the mantra, man.
I'm done.
You know,
I'm done.
I mean, judge it by the comments. I mean, everybody knows. You know, hey, golden opportunity with Cardinals losing, perfect. Halatek Pissy describes first half better. Probably right on there. Joanne knows that it takes 7 points to win football games and not 3. So, I mean, like, everybody's on the same page except Matt Nagy.
All right. Hey, look, I'm going to go ahead and read off some of the scores of the first half from around the league. I know we didn't talk about it much, but there was a lot to talk about right there. Because, well, like I said, whatever we saw these past few weeks was not that. That is not it. I swear. That's Matt Nagy. It seems like Matt Nagy had to have had control of that first half at least. I'm sorry. It pisses me off when I see shit like that. But anyway, the Colts, like we thought, are beating the Pittsburgh Steelers right now, 21-7. I think I saw a stat where it was Jonathan Taylor. I think his yardage, his all-purpose yardage, was more than Pittsburgh's. Like, it's something ridiculous like that. But like everybody's predicted, Pittsburgh is falling off, and they're falling off very, very hard.
And Rivers either tied or surpassed Dan Marino with I think touchdown passes.
Right, you're absolutely right. Moving on, KC 7-7 in a tight one with Atlanta. That's kind of a shocker. I thought KC would be with that defense would be spreading it on, but the close one over there. Then we got Bears, of course, 13-10. Cincinnati 10-10 with the Houston Texans. The New York Giants are losing to Baltimore Ravens 20-3. Cleveland is losing to the New York Jets. Damn, the Jets just don't want the number 1 pick. They probably don't want the number 2 pick.
Their season just started.
I think they're good with the number 2 pick, no matter what, right? Yeah.
The first 14 games were their preseason.
Right. They're warm now. They're ready to go now. They're beating Cleveland 13-3. And that's it so far. It was a pissy first half. I hope the second half is better. Guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Man, I feel like if you could
look, I mean, they want to sign you up, man. Look.
I know I should be the coach sometimes. I feel like I'm sure there's a million people that feel the same way. But thank you, Vernon. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to watch this team just underachieve, and then they give you a little taste. It's like they're like a drug dealer. It's like we're just a bunch of addicts that are just keep getting a little taste at a time, and then they bring us in, and then they just let us down again. They just drop our asses off. It just I'm uneven about this first half, bro. I'm uneven about this first half.
There's another team you could throw in there with the whole drug dealer analogy, and that's the Las Vegas Raiders. We'll do just good enough to make you think we're gonna get to the playoffs, and then sorry.
Yep, just enough. Just give you enough to string your ass in. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the second half they go out and they just put a stopping on the Jaguars. But what we saw in that first half, I don't know. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here until the post game of Bears and Jaguars. I'm Ivan Vargas. That's Luke Nettles. This has been the Basement Monsters Game Day Podcast on SportsZone Chicago. Like I said, catch us in the post.
Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Straight cash, homie.
Hold on to your butts.
I just heard my favorite band is in town. I'd love to get good seats, but everywhere I've looked, the ticket sites have crazy service fees.
Haven't you heard of TixSplits?
Who?
TixSplits. They don't gouge you with crazy fees. The price they advertise is the price you pay, plus a small delivery fee.
Never pay service fees again. Go to TixSplits.com today. TixSplits.com. Guaranteed seats, low prices. That's TixSplits.com. Every ticket, every venue, everywhere.